One of the things that racers struggle with when encountering the corkscrew feature is a loss of speed as they enter. Hello everybody, I'm Brendan. That difficulty has been worked to be combated today as a little bit more of a drop was entered after the first hairpin in the first sector to allow for more speed gain into the corkscrew. Matchbox and Hot Wheels will verse off. Corvette and the Austin Healey will be the first two to race, and you can see as they round the hairpin, they experience quite a drop here as they head towards Sector 2. The corkscrew might be a little kinder to these cars, not necessarily removing any dizziness, but maybe allowing them to enter with more speed. The final hairpin for both, the Austin Healey on the right side, and it is very close! Way to start the race out with a bang. And it looks like in the freeze frame that the Austin Healey will be the one to come through just on top. Audi Avant and the Mazda. Audi on the near side, Mazda on the far, and slipping fast through the first straight. Look, he's already a little behind, trying to gain it back into the hairpin, but no, more ground is lost. Here comes the corkscrew, and the Audi a little slow into the transition. Mazda with a chance to catch up. The final hairpin is coming, and the Audi starts to clear away. He will cross with a lot of room between him and the Mazda. Man, it is almost dizzying to watch the cars descend that corkscrew. About 2.5 turns. That's enough to cause some dizziness. BMW and the Dodge Charger. BMW Charger rolling out. Here comes the hairpin. And the Charger with the spoiler on the back here, finally roaring back in front. Here comes the corkscrew. They are about even as they roll in. Here comes the first two turns and the final half, and they head down towards that final hairpin. Charger behind, out of the corkscrew, and he's still behind. It will be the BMW. Freeze frame not as necessary there, but still nice to show the margin of victory. Freeze frame provided, of course, by Races and Fun, a channel which you should subscribe to get more content weekly. Mercedes-AMG and the Mustang, and what a Mustang that looks like. An extra souped-up engine there at the top, and got a bunch of extra decals on it. Unfortunately, that's not working out too well for him. Look at how slow he is. He's barely making it to the corkscrew. Same can't be said for the other vehicle, who's a little faster, but he's barely hanging on either. The Mustang there on the far side with a little distance to gain, and he will not even finish the course. Well, maybe he will. Nope. A little bit short. That was a pretty difficult race to watch for sure. There was not a lot of racing and more cruising out there on the track. Mustang, with all the bells and whistles, could not finish the course. Jaguar XE and the Chevy Nova. Jaguar on the near side and roaring out into the lead, almost a car length here as we head to the first hairpin. And the Nova is trying to keep pace. Jaguar into the corkscrew. Will he roll in fast? Yes, he will still be out in front by a little bit. Here comes the final hairpin. Nova takes the lead in the final bit of the corkscrew. Here comes the straight, and there we have it. Nova leaping into the finish line. And I guess I got a little dizzy looking at the corkscrew as I had it wrong. Nova comes out in the lead right there and finishes it strong with a little leap at the end. Porsche 911 and the Chevelle. Porsche 911, black car. No roof on that vehicle today, and I don't know if that's causing a little drag on him right now because the Chevelle really has this one in the bag so far. Coming the corkscrew, and he's smooth into that transition. He's still got Carey coming out towards the hairpin. Here he goes as he rounds that 180, and all is smooth sailing for the Chevelle as he rolls right across. Unfortunately, the Porsche And didn't have the speed for it today. What about the Mustang and the Jaguar F-Type? You saw a Mustang earlier on today, and it was deplorable out in the track. Almost didn't make it to the end. Well, it didn't make it to the end by a couple feet. And this Mustang is not faring any better. The F-Type really showing its speed out there. It's already down into Sector 3. Mustang not even on the screen, and he will cross as the Mustang just comes into view. And the Jaguars are having the advantage today. Weather is not the best today. A little bit of thunder out there. And it won't affect these racers. These racers are very focused and in the zone. Ford GT and the Plymouth Cuda. Plymouth rolling out quickly towards the hairpin, 2 lengths ahead. Here we go. And he's smooth around that 180, and he's got carry into the corkscrew. Round and round he goes, and the Ford GT is not able to catch up. He leaves the hairpins, and he comes towards the finish line, and there is no contest in this one. Ford GT. A bright-looking car, but that's about all I can say. Three Hot Wheels cars, 5 Matchbox. Matchbox with a slight advantage here. And we'll see if the Hot Wheels can bring things back together as we go Austin Healey and Jaguar F-Type for the next race. Austin Healey, we saw, won the race by just a little bit as he started things off today in the tournament. And it looks like he's still holding a lead through this sector of track. Here comes the F-Type, though, not giving up too easily, not far behind. Is he going to leave that hill well? Not really. And the Austin Healey wins by a much wider margin this time. And see a gap of a few car lengths. F-Type was fast, but not nearly very good. Audi Avant and the Chevelle. And the Chevelle won by a very large margin last time. Did not have any problems putting this race away, but how will he do against the Audi? So far, he's not even in the lead as the Audi rolls down into the corkscrew section. Chevelle looks like he's catching up. Here they go out of the sector, and the Chevelle has some room to catch up. Here comes the final straight. The Chevelle on the right side, but he doesn't have it. Oh, by less than an inch. Not enough track length left, I will say. If it was a foot more of track, I think the Chevelle would have had. Lane is really picking up outside. Dodge Charger and the Ford GT. Charger lacking through the first straight and now rolling down the hill and still losing ground. Ford GT on the right side, rolling through the corkscrew, and he will come out way out in front. Here comes the final hairpin. And he's straight to the finish. No contest there on that race, and the Ford GT will head to the next round. Charger didn't give any sort of challenge throughout the whole race. All 3 sectors were an easy win for the Ford GT. Mercedes AMG and the Chevy Nova. Nova, out of the gate very fast. And 2-3 lengths ahead into the hairpin. And it looks like he's got a good carry unless he fails here in the corkscrew. Smooth into the corkscrew transition, and he is just way ahead. Oh, I think the other car is stuck up at the top of the corkscrew. Looked like he came to a stop. Maybe a camera pan over that way. No, there he is. He unloosed himself from that predicament and finds the finish line. Way too late, though. You see here, he didn't come to a stop there, but he slowed down quite a bit that from my vantage point, I almost thought that he did. Matchbox, Hot Wheels. 3 Matchbox, 1 Hot Wheels. Ford GT, Chevy Nova. Nova on the left side, losing ground through the first straight. Ford GT keeping things steady as we head down towards the corkscrew. This is the beginning of the semifinals. The winner of this race will head to the finals. Looks like the Nova is not going to be that racer as we head towards the final sector, and the Ford GT crosses easily. And I can hear some thunder outside for sure. It's quite loud. Austin Healey and the Audi Avant. Healey has been a racer to look out for so far today, winning both of his races. One of them just by a little bit, but he had the adrenaline at the end and pushed out the Jets. Audi, on the other hand, also a good racer and showing it here ahead of the Healey even into the final hairpin, and the Healey's got no chance. Too late to make any sort of comeback, and the Audi Avant will be your other finals racer. Now here comes the finals. Who do we got left here? Will be first to win too. Audi Avant, Ford GT, into the finals, here we go. This is it. This is for all the marbles today. Audi Avant, Ford GT, neck and neck through the first straight, and this will be an exciting finals for sure. Ford GT lacking behind as we head to the corkscrew segment. Here they go round and round, and he's not gaining much ground. He's way behind out of the corkscrew segment. The Audi Avant shows that level of consistency as he crosses a good few lengths in front. Ford GT still not out of it yet. He just needs to take to that transition a little bit better. Let's change lanes. And the Ford GT will be on the near side here as they round the hairpins. They are again about neck and neck. Maybe the Ford GT can hold it through the corkscrew section. Looks about neck and neck. It's going to be hard to tell who's going to win this race. Audi Avant has the advantage into Sector 3. The final hairpin. Here is the finality, and it is the Audi Avant. The freeze frame shows it all. Crossing by about a half a car length ahead. And an exciting but unfortunate end for the Ford GT. Audi Avant bringing things home for him and his team. And that will do it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode of Races and Fun.